How am I tilted? Hello. Happy Friday, you guys. Thanks for being flexible. I had a nice night with my son last night, so we're here today on a Friday. So I just realized, you guys, I never actually usually tell you who I even am. So like, why would you even listen to anything that I say? So my name is Leanne. Hello. I am an interior designer in North County, San Diego. So probably about 40 minutes from the airport. I've been designing since 2017, which, do the math, it's a long enough time. And I've been working with clients all throughout the US so far. Not yet outside of the country, but I'm definitely open to it. And I've worked with clients in 9 different states. So once again, if you have a design challenge, even if you do not live here in San Diego, I can definitely help you remotely. So definitely reach out. So anyway, thanks for liking. I think we have like a couple people on so far. Thanks for joining us. Let me know if you have your fun beverage for the week. And what is it? Mine is water. I actually was just choking on my dinner, so I'm still feeling a little bit weird. So forgive me if I'm stumbling a little bit, but in any case, this week we are going through a combined room, which I know we have a lot of experience with that since the whole pandemic situation, and a lot of people working from home, but I did want to revisit it because this particular space has that as a challenge. And I think regardless of if we're, all the time working from home or some of the time, I think there's a lot of hybrid situations now. I think it's great to, have a space in your home dedicated to that sort of thing. So we'll go over that. So what we do here, if this is the first time that you've hopped on, we take one of your rooms, we take all of the challenges of that room, and then we solve all of the problems with the magic of interior design, and we make it pretty at the same time. So that's what we're doing today. So welcome back. If you have already joined us before, you already know the drill. So this particular space is in Southern California. Again, last week we were in New England, actually, which was nice. So yes, if you want to know about how to submit your own room, the description box below will give you all the details on how to do that. Super simple. And I'd love to help you out. So before we get into it, though, you guys, I want to talk a little bit about my store in Point Loma. So I have a small retail space in San Diego, and I'm going to be rolling out the spring launch next week. So I'm super excited. So if you are local, I'd love to see you there. It's literally right next to Slater's 50/50, if you're familiar with that. There's lots to do in Point Loma, lots to see, great area for the kids, great food for sure. So yeah, definitely check that out. I think it should be in by Wednesday. So there's that. All right, you guys. So let's roll into the presentation. Let me just share my screen real quick. All right, you guys. And we're gonna present. Okay, so we're gonna roll through. This is literally, there we go. I'm literally burning up right now. I don't know why it's so hot in here, probably because the oven was on. Anyway, so this is the room as is. It is vacant. Very exciting. I love a blank slate. There's a lot of white. I do see that we do have some dark wood flooring, which is really nice. And besides that, that's really it. I assume that these window coverings would probably stay because they're built with the house. I heard this is a rental, so we're going to leave it at that. But so let's hop through. So you can see full blank wall, looks like a little wall damage here, little window here, and hopping over. So this is really interesting. So this is what's called a Murphy bed, if you're unfamiliar with it. So this is a situation where, actually, one second. Apparently my computer's about to die. Are we good? Okay, we're good. So Murphy bed is one that actually folds back into like against the wall, which is so convenient and so nice, especially when you don't plan on having guests there in your house all the time. Love that this particular design has closed storage, the drawers right here, which is great for guest clothing if they would like, and a cabinet here. So you can do custom Murphy beds. You can buy them at places like Wayfair. So they're super readily available. So yeah, it's a great concept. Like I said, especially if this isn't going to be a full-time bedroom and it's only used for part of the time. So this here is the door heading into the room. And then you see the start of a closet over here. So let's toggle over. And yeah, so we see the rest of the closet here. This door goes to the bathroom. So it's a full bath. And then the corner space here. Okay. So, in looking at working on a home office and guest room, a single room can definitely successfully be used for multiple functions. So you could even throw another function in here if you wanted, like, for example, maybe like a craft room or maybe like a wrapping room, like have a little wrapping station with all of your supplies stored nicely. And really smart design creates a space where one activity does not appear to be encroaching on another. So you want everything to blend well and kind of be agile in moving from one activity to the next. I need to check to see how you guys are doing. Okay, good. All right, so what do we look for in the design of a home office / guest room? So definitely hidden storage is great. So you could be bringing in, let's say, like small ottomans with storage or an upholstered bench with storage in it. Of course, here you can see they do have the quote unquote hidden storage here next to the Murphy bed, which is nice. So start to, think about different ways that you can store things and, depending on what you actually need to store, whether it's your belongings or your guests. Hotel vibe pieces I absolutely love. So I am an interior designer that has had a focus on residential spaces. However, I do have I specialize in vacation rentals. You'll have to forgive me because I'm on migraine medication and I'm like, it kind of puts me a little bit out of it. If you guys have headaches, like you might know what I'm talking about. So forgive me if I stumble a little bit. But hotel vibe pieces. So we're talking like maybe you want a beverage station. Maybe you even want like a beverage fridge. That would be kind of nice. Think about having really nice linens. By the way, I want to recommend my favorite linens that I use at all my rentals. It's probably about $40 for the set for a king size set, and it's from Amazon. And you guys, like I've seen even like Target Casa Luna goes upwards of like $100 a set. Like you don't need to spend that much, and these are so highly rated. And I'm actually gonna put a link here, like after this all closes out. Let me know in the chat if you want a link as well. I actually have them in my house too. Super, super nice. So you really just want to think about your guest experience. So even with this sort of bed, for example, where are they going to put their things, like their cell phone or glasses, things like that at the end of the night? Like you want to make sure everything, like you've basically thought of everything. So that's really the key in providing a space for guests. Even for me with the vacation rentals is, thinking about what is their experience going to be and have I anticipated all of their needs. We'll go more into that later on. Personalized art. I love this just to kind of boost people's mood. And then also, like if you are using it for an office space, you want to add art that's inspiring and promotes creativity. Task lighting, definitely. So again, we're thinking about this in accordance of a bedroom and then also in your desk work area as well, if you're using this multiple times during the day and night. Multifunctional furniture. So is this one piece going to be able to be used in a different way? I think it's really super important because let's say, for this example, we have 50% home office and 50% guest room. And so if we're able to use the same pieces in both scenarios, then I feel like that's definitely a win. Creative desk options, which we'll go into in a bit, or modular furniture. So, maybe you have like a desk built into the wall, like, or, as part of your bed. or you could have, again, like a fold-up desk, like we saw the fold-up bed situation, or you could just have a desk that's easily movable. So I'll show you again, like what I came up with in this scenario. Blackout window treatment, definitely important for a good night's sleep. I know for myself, like if I'm sleeping somewhere not in my own bed, like I'm already kind of off my own regular sleep anyway. So the more that you can make it a good experience for folks, the better. Okay, so yes, so I showed here a Murphy bed, which is what these particular owners have. You can also use a sofa bed, a day bed, or even a regular bed if you have a lot of space. I know for a fact this room is a 12 by 12, so it's fairly large. In some cases, you could also get away with, let's say, like a twin bed instead of a full-size or queen-size bed, and then have a trundle underneath, which is kind of nice. I would say especially if you have grandkids coming over and they're your particular guests, I feel like that's a better option for younger people, but or teenagers sometimes, things like that. So there is that. So in this, I feel like something just moved behind me, but I don't know what it is. Anyway, for this particular design, we are looking at the color palette as follows: white, light brown, so like your light wood tones, gray, definitely green as we always do every week, and blush pink, just to make it a little feminine. If you ask me, blush pink is actually a neutral. I think if you're not already incorporating it into your wardrobe, for example, give it a try. I think you'll find that it's really nice. It goes with everything. Anyway, loving that. And then as far as materials goes, wood, metal, ceramic, woven textures, textiles, of course, make it comfy, marble, bone inlay, and acrylic. So this is definitely, this is a woman's office. So some of the things that we're going to use to accessorize are books, lamps, frames, of course, storage options. So your decorative boxes, your baskets, and then any other storage built into furniture, plants, of course, mirrors, and linens, like we've said. So let's take a look at some inspiration. So you can see here there's a few different ways or examples as far as incorporating a bedroom and an office space. You can see to the left, you can do, instead of like having a nightstand next to a bed, you can incorporate a small desk there. So that is a nice way to sneak that in there if you have like a regular bed. I like the second option where they have like a book, sort of like an open bookcase sort of experience with shelving where they've put their extra pillows and linens and things. That's really cute. The next piece, let's see. So we have, it looks like a sofa bed, more like a day bed, honestly, that would pull out. And then you have the desk on the opposite side and the shelving, taking advantage of vertical space, I think is really key also in a shared room because, again, you probably don't have as much floor space available. So just to build up is really, really smart, especially when you're making it storage. So bottom left, this actually was the inspiration for one of my client projects years ago when I first moved out here. So this is near and dear to my heart. And you've seen, like I said, this is a Murphy bed, definitely custom, and they've built in closed storage, open shelving, and then also a desk. So absolutely love that. And you can see there's plenty of room to walk around there. It looks like a similar size to the room that we're looking at today. Next one over in the middle, again, the shelving, and then this is a sofa bed with the beautiful desk there. So one thing I want to point out too, if you're thinking of hotel vibes, as I mentioned in a couple slides before, or the last slide, instead of using like a desk chair, with like the typical industrial rolly wheels, unless that's your style, it's kind of nice to have an accent chair instead, like an upholstered chair, as you see here, because it's nice and soft. And yeah, it's more like full-time furniture, if you will. So it can be used either or. It just is like reminiscent of staying at a hotel where they always have a chair there. So I really like that as an idea. And then here you see another Murphy bed scenario with the desk running parallel against the wall. So you could do a built-in option there. Okay. I threw in a little inspiration. So like the little drink station, like the acrylic folding table, and a fun chandelier for the ceiling. So there's that. How you guys doing so far? Oh, hey, thanks for joining me. I love great sheets. I know, so do I. I'm telling you, I gotta send you the link to these because like they're so like soft and smooth. They wash really well because especially with vacation rentals, like we're constantly washing linens, even after like 2-night stays. So yeah, super nice. I know there's a couple people on. Say hi if you're here. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely send you the link. If you're here, let me know where you're coming from. What are you doing? What are you drinking? Is it cold where you are, or is it raining? Because it's raining here. Hi. I was feeling a little lonely for a minute there. I know I'm off my normal night, so I'm super grateful that you guys hopped on. Thank you so much. So I feel a little less awkward not being alone. You're in the snow? Oh my gosh. Where are you at? Oh my gosh. Like how many inches do you have out there? I've seen like one of my friends on Instagram actually was about to get 3 feet of snow. I'm not even kidding. I don't even know where she lives specifically. Oh, you're at Big Bear. Oh, awesome. Is there a lot of snow there? For those of you who don't know, Big Bear is our closest mountain. It's not terribly large, but it's a great place for families to go. My cousin had a rental there for a little while too. Oh, it keeps snowing, huh? Oh my gosh. That's awesome then. Are you guys snowboarding, skiing, drinking hot chocolate and hanging out? Anyway, so yeah. All right. Let's keep it going. Okay. Totally in love with all of this. Like you can see like a variation of designs, but still relatively coastal. Could mean either way. So, all right, here we go. So this is the layout that I came up with. So there's a few things to discuss here. Up and back. I'm staying indoors. Yeah, I don't blame you. So with this layout, so you can see this is the door walking into the room. Oh, it like shows you. This is the door coming into the room. This is the Murphy bed. And so across the way, you see the 2 large windows. This is the smaller / higher window. And then this is where the bathroom is. And this is the closet. So what do I want to talk about first? So if this is a perfect scenario, what I would do is probably throw mirrors up on these closet doors. I feel like that would be really nice because you have sunlight come in from these 2 walls, these 2 windows, and then this window over here. So it's pulling in this direction. If we could have it bounce off of this window into the room, I think that would be really, really helpful. I do know that, I just want to say this is like east. So this is west over here. So basically this room is getting morning sun and then it kind of like tapers off. So you want to maximize that. And I always like to use mirrors for that particular case. So as far as let's like talk about the floor. So I love the wood floor. I didn't want to cover the whole thing, but I did want to make it cozy because it's a bedroom. And then also if it's like a cozy feminine home office, like you also kind of want softness underfoot as well. And I toyed around with a few different shapes and sizes of rugs. And to be honest, sometimes I say, or a lot of times I say, there are interior design rules, and then it's okay to break them sometimes. So we know what the rules are. And what I would say usually is what you want is for your area rug to be about a foot from the wall. So no closer than that. In this case, I said, you know what, let's throw that out the window. Why not? And I pulled in a large rug and pulled it all the way against this wall. Why did I do that? Because let me tell you this. You can't really see the line here, but when this Murphy bed folds out, it's going to land right in the center of this rug. So I liked that scenario. Secondly, so if I had like a slightly smaller rug, it just wasn't filling the space on the sides very well. And then it kind of sometimes ran into being partway under the bookcases, which I also didn't like. And I just was like, either let's decide we're on or we're off. So I decided that we're going to be on. So the bookcases would actually sit on this rug. And then I do know, like, let's say for social media filming as well, I think it's really nice to have just a continuation of the rug. Like you could have different things going, like, you know, clothing racks or what have you, things like that. And it's just easier to, you know, have this as like a backdrop because it's nice and bright as well. So there are a couple things I was thinking about. So again, cleaning up the room. I love Murphy beds. Yes, I know. Me too. So I was thinking about brightening up the room, making it cozy and soft, making it feminine. So again, pulling this feminine pattern and across a larger area, I felt was really going to be nice here. Another thing that you really want to think about, this is super important, you guys, you want to think about like how high your doors actually are off of the floor. Forgive me, it's the medication. I can't think of like the actual words I'm trying to say, but you know what I'm talking about? Like you don't want your door to all of a sudden, you know, get stuck on your rug. So you want to make sure that clearance is there. So we actually have, in this case, about an inch of clearance. So perfectly fine for an area rug. So it will not be a problem as this door swings over and this door swings over here. So there's that. Okay. Where do I go from here? So, you know, we have the Murphy bed, we have the storage here. And these are the bookcases. So what I've decided on is on the bottom, closed storage, because for me, you can never get enough closed storage, and then open shelving on the top. So, you know, anything cute and nice can be, you know, shown there and shelf styled and things like that. It's a great backdrop, like I said, for social media. So that's that. Next to this, I have decided to pull in a small accent table with a plant on top. And the reason why I decided to do that is because this small accent table can easily be moved over to the left of the Murphy bed when guests are here to stay. So that all of a sudden, instead of a plant stand, turns into a small nightstand. So very convenient. So we talked about duplicating efforts of furniture, and there we have it with that. For this particular desk, I did decide to bring in a larger size desk because we're not competing with a bed most of the time. So we really do have a lot of space to take up for that home office. So, you know, especially with, you know, someone who's working from home all the time, it's really great to have that extra, you know, surface area to work on. And so that's why I have that. Now, on top of the desk, we do have a task lighting, plant, a ginger jar, a bowl, plenty of space for snacks and beverages and things like that. This is a light fixture for the ceiling. So currently they have a ceiling fan. So I decided to pull that out, pull in something more feminine. And then if you guys remember in past weeks, how do we calculate a ceiling light fixture? Basically take the length and the width of the room, add them together. So in this case, 12 plus 12, that equals 24. So you pull in a 24-inch chandelier. If you want to go a little bit bigger, I think that's fine too, but you don't want to go any smaller than that, in my opinion. Okay, so we did talk about, again, pulling in more, I don't know, permanent looking furniture as opposed to, you know, task only furniture. For example, like your typical standard office chair. So this again is upholstered. You can't see it here, but one of the inspiration chairs has gold, like a gold handle in the back, which is really pretty. So yeah, so this can be maneuvered around. Like you can pull this in when someone comes to be like right near the mirror if you wanted. You know, pull this over here. We'll get to that in a second. And then in this case, you know, this room is large enough to have extra seating in an office, but I also know that there are children present some of the time. So I thought it was great to pull in the poofs again. You know that I love to do that. It's fun furniture, if you ask me. Another reason why I pulled that in is very simply because it can either be stacked and tucked away in the closet when people come to stay, you know, as guests, or let's say you lift this desk up, pull it up against this wall, and then you can literally hide these under the desk and pull the chair in too if you wanted. So they fit very easily and nicely, not heavy to move. So I absolutely love that feature. Okay, so I talked about this little area here. So this is the acrylic folding tray. So I showed that in a couple of slides before, and brought in some nice flowers and a couple of glasses for drinking water and a carafe on a tray. And it's, I don't know, a little cute feature for, having in your home office, or then, like I said, with guests being there as well. I feel like anyone would love that. Over here, I brought in a cabinet. So this is going to pull in and land under the window. So we're not going to encroach on any of the sunlight coming in. That's super important. So that will fit under there. Closed storage, like I said. So, you can throw anything there. You can throw extra linens if you wanted. You could throw in your Wi-Fi cables and things like that, which in this case, that's what we're doing. But there's plenty of extra space beyond that to put some other things in there. I stacked some books here and put a little succulent and then a lamp as well. So for nighttime, you have a lamp over here in this corner. You have a lamp. Well, the lamp would be over here potentially if guests are staying, but here while you're using it as an office, and then the overhead light as well. This is another reason why I brought in this type of a light that has multiple bulbs, because currently there's only a singular bulb in there and it's just simply not lighting the space up enough. So multiple bulbs will definitely solve that problem. To finish all of this off, I threw in some art on the walls. So I have art up here. I have stuck art over here between the windows. I have art over here. And then this I didn't talk about. This is a floor mirror. So in gold, you can barely see it over the wood flooring. But I think it is a nice feature in a bedroom to have a floor mirror. In addition to that, with social media, it's great to have that to be able to check yourself before, you're going on live or you're filming or something, like a reveal or something. So yeah, that's really where my head was at with this. So what do you guys think? I really love this room, and I would love to see this put together. I can tell you, so last week's submission, they've already been working on putting their room together, which is so exciting. I was getting messages a few days ago. So yeah, I can't wait to see what that's gonna look like. And the living room one's getting put together, which I love. So yeah. I think we do have someone on for next week, but the week after I think is still open. So if you would like to submit your room, I would love to have you here. It does not cost anything. Look in the description. It'll tell you exactly how to enter. Beyond that, if you'd like to work with me as your designer, I can do everything from virtual design, so space planning, and then also selecting specific furniture pieces for you. That's typically what I do for virtual projects. And then if you are local, I would love to work with you full service style. So that's where my team comes in and we do all the things, and you leave for the day and have a good time with your family and come back, and it's like an HGTV reveal, and it's literally the best. I don't know. It's so exciting. People are very emotional, and it's I don't know. If you can experience that sometime in your life, I think you should. And then also, don't assume all the time that interior design is crazy expensive, because when you consider all the times where you maybe buy the wrong things or go little by little and don't fully make a plan, and then the room's never really how you want it and you're not happy with it and you're frustrated every day, the cost of that really does add up in different ways. And so just being able to hire a professional who can run you through this, throw some ideas your way, give you some options where you can still collaboratively work with your designer, and it's not just everything's decided for you. I think a common misconception also is that designers will just take your money and spend it all, which is not usually the case. Right now, I'm kind of working with someone who we had a contractor come in, and I think they're trying to upsell my client. And it's you don't need this higher price point product, because we already found you a really great value at this other price point that you were comfortable with. I always work with clients to find the best that I can at that level, so that they're going to be happy long term. So I'm not, I can speak for myself. I'm not looking to, run you out of house and home and all that. So we can make things work, and especially within your furniture budget as well. It's really important. So with that being said, it feels like a million degrees in here. So I'm probably going to hop off, but I do appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with me. You guys have fun in Big Bear. It's so awesome. And if you are catching this on replay, thank you so much. If you've been here a few times, it's probably time for you to subscribe. You get all the notifications for when we go live again, because it's not always on the same day, but we do try. So anyway, thank you guys so much, and we will see you next week.